Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, so I am going to be talking more about the catfish. I know I did a episode a couple weeks ago, and yes, my YouTube is as messy as my life is. So I did get personal, but part of me just feels like if I relate to the videos and I tell you how I relate and my experience, because being single, breaking up with a guy that I dated for 7 years, and right before that, I dated a guy for 5 years. Both were nightmares, but I was too scared to break up because I kept being told that no one was ever going to love me because of how I walked, and turned out it was a disability. And all throughout my life, men or boys and men teased me, mocked me, ridiculed me, put me down, told me that I was no good since I walk the way I do, or since I walk the way I do, that I can't be smart, or I can't have degrees, or I can't want to write a novel or write and publish books and have business goals. I can't do that because I have a disability. I am different. And I'm a woman. Well, a lot of them hate that. They hate that I'm a woman who I'm stubborn, I'm bullheaded, I'm petty, and that's a very toxic mixture. But it tastes delicious. Anyway. So I'm going to be talking more about Catfish, and then also with some of the Netflix shows, Hallmark movies. There is the one that I don't know if I posted it. Yeah, no, I did post part of it. My first thoughts. I'm going to be rewatching it, but the first 9 minutes of The Law of Lydia Poet, you guys need to watch it. It's like they promote all of these shows that promote and advertise for a woman to drop everything for a man. But this Netflix show, oh, it's only 2 series, and I cannot wait for the third. They better, oh my gosh, they better not cancel this one. They canceled my She-Hulk. It's like, I know some people did not like the Thelma one, but I can relate to that one because she's an outsider. But I'll talk about that a different day. But yeah, they keep canceling shows where the female character has a similar or relatable dating family, like toxic family relation. And I'm just like, these are the shows I need, I can relate to, I know about. So, yes, watch The Law of Lydia Poet. Oh, and the guy that, oh my gosh, yeah, he's younger than me. I don't even care. Yeah, I'm in that age bracket now where in most cases now the men are starting to be younger than me. And now with some shows, I'm like, oh, okay, look at daddy. Uh-oh, look at the daddy. Hey, but or the uncle. Yeah, some of those, like some of the people they cast as the uncle, I'm like, okay, okay. But anyway, it's like I gotta be a little, I'm a little out there. I'm a little spunky. I'm like, part of me just feels like if I'm single and I'm breathing, I'm vibrant, I've got ambition. A lot of people just expect, since, well, you know what? It's a different story, but just know, oh, at the end of this video, I have some updates with my business, and business that no man really wants me to start. They keep telling me I better not. Well, yeah. So, now with the catfish. Yes, I know I went to the whole tangent, but and all of it kind of comes together near the end, believe it or not. But with this catfish, I have seen and I've been hit on by different versions of this picture image for years. And I mean years. Like during COVID back in 2020, when I knew I was breaking up, like it's like I was breaking up with my ex. Did he know immediately that I was breaking up with him? Actually, yeah. No, it's like I don't think I got onto the dating apps until 2 or 3 weeks after. It's like, and I still haven't done part three of the video of how I broke up with him. Yeah, my life is messy. But this is a face that I keep and kept seeing. And I say keep because I think this was the second to last time that I saw this image. Each time it's a different name and like age, career. Sometimes he has a daughter, sometimes a son, sometimes no kids, sometimes in the army, and or some kind of heroic type of job, those jobs where like the man is in uniform where the woman is like hi, but not me, because yeah, most cops really want to treat me like garbage and they want to go back to the slave times, but anyway, it's like this is quote unquote Chris and quote unquote 39, and let's just say none of this stuff is true. And oh, sometimes he has a degree too. That's another thing. And so I know with the channel, I am going to be analyzing, diving in, and since I really want to start looking at not close cases, but unsolved mysteries, I thought part of the mystery can be with the catfish. It's like finding out how and why they choose certain people, other than they must be like European standards of handsome, muscular tattoos, the uniform a lot of women especially go for. And also, if they are in the army and stuff, that means travel. That gives them a good excuse to not be in the country or to have a need for travel. But then they always make the mistake and say, I need money. You're in the army. You don't need money. You're in the, like, no, they feed you, they give you, no, you're good. But it's like, that's one way why and how they always make an excuse. And I've caught quite a few of them, but they think I'm really dumb. They're like, no, 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 I really need money. Please give me money. I was like, and I'll pay you back. How? How? And it's like soon I'm going to start playing dumb, but it's like, 'cause I keep saying that, but it's like when I find the catfish and then they start talking to me, just part of me is just like, for the love of all like karma, it's just I don't like, no, I know you're trying to just take my money. I know you do not care that I'm a human being. I know you're just trying to take and steal from me, and you're basically laughing right now because you're trying to figure out how dumb am I. And currently right now, it's like, yeah, two catfish think well, I guess I am ignoring them, but they think that I am just hiatus right now, or that maybe I'm seeing someone else or whatever. So I'm probably gonna start talking to them by this weekend. It depends on how I'm feeling, but I have so many. Oh my gosh, I am so behind with sharing the catfish, but who is like, yes, like I said, with some of these catfish, just the patterns of what they use and how they try to convince you, and they try to see how dumb and gullible, and it's like they want to ask, have you eaten? They're like, that's the one that gets on my nerves the most. It's like, especially when I watch different documentaries with catfish, like some of the older women, especially. Oh my gosh, he asked if I ate. That was so sweet of him. Yes, he wants to, like, every morning he asks if I ate, and he asks if I'm hydrated. So he asked if you got the basic needs of a human being and you're impressed with, like, what? Like, part of me just feels like that just shows how low the standards are in America. That just shows how awful I'll say human beings, but it's like, okay, since I only date men, it's like I can say how low the standards are for men in this country. That's one reason why I created high expectations to filter through a lot of the nightmares, the garbage that I had went through with Mr. No Heart and Mr. Lockakey. It's like both of those men still owe me money. And it's just to the point where no one deserves the treatment that these men give. And at the same, or well, I'll say people, because yes, some women are awful. Some women only date guys for a free meal. But then I said this like months ago, I believe, when I noticed that there was one woman who was literally only dating men for the free meals, and this one guy took her to eat oysters or something. Yeah, I think it was oysters, and she got like 2 or 3 trays of oysters, and she ate all of them by herself. Then she got a drink. Then she it's like once he realized that she wasn't interested in him, because I think she didn't even talk to him. All she did was just slurp, slurp, slurp. And so then he ended up leaving her, I think, at the restaurant. But then she got mad. So I think sometimes when men find women like that, then they start treating other women like garbage. But then at the same time, when women keep meeting men who it's like, yeah, they'll pay for a meal, but then when they get in the car or when they get back to their place, they want us to suck more than the straw and stuff like that. And then they get mad or say that we are a garden hoe if we don't do things. But then they call us the garden hoe when we don't, and or they force us, or they lock us in the apartment, or they block the door, or it's like if they were our ride, they refuse to drive us back to our place unless we do what they say, because since they bought the meal. But then when you're at the restaurant and you say you're going Dutch, they get mad because then they know that they did not pay for the meal. But then sometimes they're like, since I drove you, that was gas money, so you still owe me. Yes. So, see, I told you it was going to come back. Like, yeah, I'm messy, but I bring it all back. So, and also personally with my dating experiences, when men feel like they have to blackmail you to be their girlfriend, when they get, let's see, sky high, but that they're not a pilot, but they always get high. Yeah. It's like, but then and then when you don't do as they say, they threaten to punch holes in the wall. Yeah, I see why and how these men get what they want. I see how they are able to scam, because especially I'd even get into the men who cheat. I'd even get into the men that just dog women out, or the men who tell women you're just a woman, so you're not allowed to go after your goals and dreams, or politics. When men find out I'm a progressive liberal Democrat, then they tell me, then you need to shut your mouth because you don't know what you're talking about, and or you need anointed oil because a real Christian will be a Republican. But yeah, I'm gonna have a whole series on some of, like, because I grew up in a mega church, over 30 years going to a mega church, but I around college I realized they were brainwashing me, but then I was still forced to have to go there, and so I had to tolerate and just be like, okay, well, maybe this is happening at all the churches, because I thought that was true too until until I was finishing college and I was talking to other people that went to other churches. But okay, it's like, let's just say I am learning more and more how these scammers are able to trick people, and how it's like maybe it's not so much gullible, but the need for like what genuine sounding people. Because when these guys are talking to women on a constant basis, making them feel appreciated, needed, when they're encouraging. It was like they'll ask for that money, and but they'll make sure they know what your career is. So then they can look up that career and see how much money they can get out of you. Yeah. But they're going to ask, how was work today? Are you okay? Did you eat? You need to rest. They're going to ask those things because that shows compassion and empathy and sympathy. They're going to ask, they know how to, they tied in the money with it. Oh, it's like, I'm sorry, but I need gas money, or oh, my child needs money so they can play their video games, which is crazy. But oh, I just got in a car accident, I'm in the hospital, I need money. Or oh, it's like I'm stuck in this country and they won't fly me over. Or oh, it's like I have this gold invested and it's like I need your help to get it. And it's like once you pay it, it's gonna grow and we'll get 5 to 10 fold back, and because it's growing like crazy. Or oh, I have investments in Bitcoin, I need your help to invest in the Bitcoin with me. Oh, I've been studying this, following this like nobody's business. There's so many other, there's like, actually I might have a whole episode on the different reasons why or and how, like, they ask for either money, or and I'll split them up even with the love scams, the Bitcoin and money scams, and or the I'm injured, or like the other types. So, because I think that would be a really interesting one. But I, with the images that you saw earlier, I went to the Google like picture search and everything, and I started putting the pictures in. And the first one I put in, I found this LinkedIn page, and different name, and also it's like I see I'm a third connection, but it's like 43 connections. That really sounds odd to me, especially if you are in the army. Then what, like, that doesn't make any sense. Especially, it's like looking at other pages and things like that, looking at his level. Like, well, I still don't know the level, but I started looking up some of the medals because I have family members that were, yeah. So I was able to at least kind of check on some of that. And you would think that he would have more connections than that. Because I know I'm a nobody on LinkedIn, but I have around 1,200 links. So if I have 1,200 and I'm like a nobody, how does this person only have 43? And they're in like associated with the army. So, but I put some of the information on the right side, and then I put the link because, yeah, if you guys want to click it, you can look and see it yourself. But yeah, this person is a scammer, and they are actually, I need to do another, like when I was saying I needed to do top 10, it's like I need to do one about business scams too, because I know personally about the scams because when Alibaba, they're on Alibaba too. This was about 10 years ago. Like, yeah, I went through it 10 years ago. 10, yeah, I was just, yeah, it was about 8 to 10. Yeah, let's just say it was so long ago, I kind of don't know how many years, but I know it was in between 8 to 10. But I was trying to order materials because I was ready to start my, like, to open up my store, but I wanted to order different packagings and different materials so then I could start building and creating some of the items. And I was choosing between 4 or 5, and this one company just kept saying, "Oh, I'll give you a great deal. I'll mail you samples. I'll say the whole story later." But they sent me their LinkedIn account, and everything just looked together and polished, and they had different links on the page, and is, let's just say, yeah, now I know to do the photo backlink. And I'm not going to say I lost like tons of money, but I did lose some. And it's kind of hard to admit it because it's like After that happened, I was so scared to start my business again. It's like I was teaching and I actually had two or three jobs, but so some people are going to say then you could have like just bought it again, but I like with the class, like a lot of people don't know, like teaching, like I was using my own money for the classroom. It's like I had students that weren't even eating at home. So they were stealing from me. So I was even buying extra snacks to make sure they were fed at home, and I was buying things for my alien grocery store. And because, well, with math and things, I created the alien grocery store and different things like that. But soon with Etsy, yeah, I'll bring it up later, but there are going to be a lot of new things that's going to be available in my Etsy store and my website once it's up next year. But yes, I got tricked through the business route. I was trying to order, it's like, it wasn't packaging, but it was something associated with the product. But then once that happened, it destroyed me. Because I was already depressed because my relationship was like, I, I still stayed with him for another 3 or 4 years, but I it was just depressing because he begged me to start a business as well. And okay, I see I'm going to run out of time, so you're going to probably see a lot of these images again, but I'm going to tell the whole story about how he begged me to start a business. And then yeah, 6 months later, after I paid for everything because he had a terrible credit score, didn't know how to save a penny to his name, kept borrowing money from me while I'm spending the money to start the business. And how much has he paid me back? Not a dime. Not with the business, not with gas, and not with other things that he needed money for his daughters to buy them stuff. So it's like with my YouTube channels with dating nightmares, if you've seen my standards, when I say that a man has to have some kind of investment planned or already set, it's because I'm tired of men not taking responsibility for themselves, or men who see I have drive and then they expect to take my money and my efforts away from me, but then they don't allow me to achieve and do what I want. Or, well, yeah, like I said, so it's a long one. Yes, like I said, I'm messy, and I'm gonna probably talk about this in another episode as well, because yes, I really want to find the real person, because now his look at his name, because I found another LinkedIn profile on him because I kept looking up different images. Because Thomas Jeffrey, if you look at the small images on the left, it's like 100 Thomas Jeffrey profiles and it has his picture. And then some of these aren't him, they're guys that look like him, but some of them are. And a lot of marks too. And so part of me is just wondering, because I've noticed that some who take the identities and they use it as catfish, they'll just change the name slightly so that like when people find out, they're like, that's not really you. Oh no, the other person stole my identity, that is really me. Or oh, the other person, yeah, they spelled my name wrong. Or and to the point where they still have their scam client and they're going to keep going. But it's just really crazy in a way how hard these people work in order to scam instead of working for a job or trying to get a job. Because part of me is just, that's one reason I'm getting petty with this, is because I know how hard I have had to work. I know all of the things I have had to go through with my disability, but I'm still trying to find ways to work, ways to get my dream together. But then you have guys, women and guys, it's like a lot of them are in Africa, but also in Asia and now South America, who their job is to sit on a couch and try to like go on dating apps and business like apps and things like and websites, and they hunt down people to take advantage of them. I'm petty, so I'm like, you know what? If as many people as I can show, if you guys can share this, you can prove that these people are not real. And that, you know what? He is real, but 90 or 95% of the time, the person who thinks they're talking to him, they are not talking to him. And I'm gonna try to dig in deeper with this one as well, because, like I said, I've had this version of, or this image of a person talk to me. Oh, he told me he loves me. One time he proposed to me, and it wasn't a week. It wasn't even a week. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm going to talk a lot more about it, but the more I think about my dating experience and how low, especially American men go, I see why it is so easy for these men to trick us, because all they have to do is show a little bit of empathy. All they have to do is show us a little compassion, and they've got us. Because most American men, conservative, Democrat, whatever, they're not thinking with their brains. They're not thinking with their hearts. They're thinking about what's in their pants and how can they get what's in their pants and our up our skirt or pants. That's all they want to do. And or they just want to boss us around. They want to impregnate us so they can boss us around, tell us what to do, and they want to say that they're going to live their dreams. Normally living their dreams means sitting in front of their TV playing video games. Yeah. Or hunting or fishing, and just something that's not really going to be, I mean, unless you're going to be in the sport, like part of me is like, okay, if you're going to play video games, try to get into the competition. Try to yeah, okay, I'm going to digress from it, but it just kind of annoys me when men, like all of the men that have torn me down. And that's one reason why, like when these catfish write me, I'm just like, wow, if this had happened 7 years ago, 7, 10 years ago, I wonder where my head would have been. But since I've had such a horrible dating experience, and it's like I kind of know, it's like when a guy starts saying how beautiful and amazing I am right off the bat, either they're a catfish or we just want some. Either or. Those are the two options. But okay, like I said, I'm going to do another episode because, yeah, but it's like, do you guys see with this other screenshot? I found, like, I think it's ID Crawl. Now it's Jake Hudson. And it's like there's a list of different areas where like his image is. And so, and yeah, there's a 95 plus pot of like different images that have like came up relating to him. So I've got a lot of homework to do on this guy. Well, you guys know how messy I am. So, anyways, there was going to be a part two. Well, this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too. And also know that I'm going to be having stationery on my Etsy store soon. And I'm working on the novel and my greeting cards and the activity books and the website. Yeah, so for some people who say, how long does it take? Who, if you only knew about disability life, running a business, and a multi stream business, Yeah, it's a lot, but you guys take care. Don't quit your goals, dreams, or opportunities as well.